What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 115 of Fresh Off the Mats here at the Jiu-Jitsu Joes.
You know who you look like?
Fucker and the pussy guy.
I'm so glad you.
That's the look I was going for today.
That man was a menace, bro.
If you were a news anchor in in Ohio, in the Ohio area, this man was a terrorist.
Have you seen him when he's done it? Like he hid. Like he'll wear a mask. It was like one was on
Halloween, yeah.
He was just like, yeah, doing the interview normally. He goes, yeah, it's something else is scary. And he took off the mask and he was
and they're like, oh
no, they're trying to get him. He was just like, fuck around the pussy. It's like, oh my God, dude. That guy, he was a straight
If you never heard of the fucker right in the pussy guy, go on YouTube and type in fucker right in the pussy guy.
Probably not a good thing to type in, but yeah.
Well, yeah, type it in. It's funny videos. It's good. That guy's a legend. He probably didn't make it through COVID. He probably died.
What happened to him?
He disappeared. When you fuck around the pussy so many times, you get AIDS, you die.
That dude, like, what was the whole point of that? Just to cause chaos
to
on
be
TV?
A troll. He was just a news anchor troll.
And he lived it too, because like, you know how most people were like, bitch, we'll do that in person. He was just
walked
like,
the walk.
I'll do it. He's like, what happened? No, and no one did anything to him. I mean, technically, it's his right to do whatever. They handed him the mic.
Yeah, they caught you on film.
Yeah.
They didn't have to air that stuff.
Well, he did it when it was live TV.
Oh, was that it?
That's the problem.
Oh, I thought
was like people tuning into live TV.
I thought,
and he'd go grab it real fast.
Even still, they're on a delay. Don't they have to be on a delay? Like I know,
second.
Hey,
that's why they'll be like, hey, I think we're getting a problem here, and then they'll go cut it. But it's nothing bad. He says it, and then they'll cut it and be like, oh, we need to change it. That's why you see his cuts. That's what happens. They'll say it, and then it cuts over to the newsroom usually. Yeah. And then they're just like, sorry for that, people. But he was like traveling too. It wasn't just like
it wasn't
in one little town.
The guy was a legend. He had like a mustache and a goatee and fuck around the pussy. Always.
Are you just keeping this look on? Is this what you're doing
for this episode?
Oh. Did you see that video I sent you?
Which one?
The one with the little girl?
Which one?
The little girl. It was, the mom was asking.
I get a lot of little girl videos.
That's crazy to say. Wow. Wow. What the hell is wrong with you?
Me and Travis send each other kids getting hurt all the time. Like, we follow this page called Kids Getting Hurt. So we send each other like little boys and little girls getting hurt all the time.
It's him.
You don't like seeing kids get hurt?
I'm not on a watch list. Put him on it.
I like seeing kids get hurt. He's admitting
this on camera at the same time. We all learned it all at once.
What's wrong with seeing little kids get hurt?
That's me.
You like to watch kids get hurt.
Him and his
I've sent you videos of kids getting hurt.
With no responses.
With no responses?
You can't incriminate me. Don't incriminate me. Don't try to incriminate me.
We have a group chat. We have a group chat.
Anyway, so this little girl was just like, the mom was asking her, like, what'd you do to the boy? She goes, I took him down and I put him in a chokehold. And mind you, this little girl's like, it seems like 4 years old.
Oh my God.
And they were like, well, why did you do that? She's like, because kids can't get married. And the mom was just like, what? He's like, did he ask you to marry him? She's like, yeah. And I told him kids don't get married. And then I took him down and put him in a chokehold.
Damn.
Imagine confessing your love to someone.
Swoop! No! If I ever get the day to confess my love to Rhea Ripley, that's how I hope it ends up. Her pinning me down and in a chokehold. What a better way to go out in this world.
You're an idiot. Kids don't get married, so I took him down and put him in a chokehold. That shit had me dying, bro. I was just like, the poor boy was probably like, Mom, I told a girl I liked her and she choked me out.
Why'd you get in a fight in school today? I confessed my love and wanted to get married. Well, love's worth dying for.
And she tried to kill me. This kid is going to either learn a very massive lesson.
Or he's going to be gay.
Or he's going to be gay. That's two options right there.
Or he's going to grow up to have a weird kink like being choked.
You know,
usually it's the guy that chokes the female. It's not usually the woman that chokes the guy.
That's probably the...
Like, I don't like to be choked.
No.
I don't like that shit.
No.
Like, hey, what's up?
Like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is my job. Yeah. What are you doing here? Stop that. No. Yeah. Just no. It's just like a...
It's also, they're not strong enough. So it's like, yeah, you like that? I'm like, I can still breathe. I'm perfectly fine right now.
Your technique sucks.
Yeah.
So you need to get...
Here, let me put my gi on. Let me help you.
Like, can you stop?
You get up and you put the gi on. You tie your belt and stuff.
He didn't do a lesson today.
Oh,
What fucking joke
man.
is this?
Before we get into sex, I'm going to show you the proper way to apply a cross collar choke.
This is how you do a no-gi bread cutter.
Oh, fuck, my dude.
That would
That's
be
funny.
wild. I mean, that's like that scene in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Remember, they're just beating the shit out of each other, and then they like were halfway making out, and then they went back to trying to kill each other.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in so long. That had to be like 2006.
That's where they met, wasn't it?
I think so.
Isn't that like where they got together?
Yeah, and then she went all psychotic, adopted kids from every continent.
Yeah, that was both of them.
Fucking. Come on, man.
I didn't know they also had their own kids. Mac told me that. She said like her kids are, I think, 18 or 20 or something like
Why
that.
do you want all this responsibility in life? You're so famous. You
All
make
this
so
what?
many movies. Responsibility in life.
What?
Responsibility in life.
There we go.
What did I say?
Responsibility.
Did I?
Yeah. Twice.
I'm still buzzing off the pre-workout.
Sounding like fucking Tommy from the Rugrats.
Responsibilities. Yeah, why do you want all that, dude? You famous, you got
Rich.
Yeah, but dude, like too much. They have like 10. How many kids they got? They gotta have like 10.
I think it's 6.
Half of them don't even speak the language they speak.
No way.
So there's a communication barrier.
How many?
Do Brangelina have? That's their couple name. Brangelina. Brad Pitt and Angelina.
Brangelina?
Oh wow, you're really gonna type it.
What if it works? It worked. 6 children. Yeah, I was right.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. What are you trying to start a
They
baseball
try
team?
to live private lives. Jolie has said that she and her children have matching tattoos, including one of a bird that's personal to them.
She gave tattoos to a child.
Dumbass. The fucking youngest one is born in 2008. They're okay.
No, if
It's
they're
16.
born in
No,
2008.
not that one. Well, technically, actually, yeah, you can with parent consent. You can get a tattoo at that age. Maddox,
I feel like that's some real slavery shit to brands. kids.
2021, he was awarded joint custody. He didn't have custody of his kids.
Who?
Brad Pitt.
They're divorced, aren't they?
That means you don't get custody.
Not
Automatically?
really, no. Yeah, you don't just get granted custody. If you go through a divorce, it could be 50-50 custody. It could be 60-40.
Isn't that
It
what
could be
joint custody is?
50-50, yeah.
Oh, joint is 50-50.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought
Bro, you could be awarded 1% custody. You got to see your kid once a month with a supervisor there.
that's like if you're a crackhead.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's thing.
Which
You
still
don't
blows me
automatically
away.
get custody.
If
You
you're,
get
if
degrees
you're
of
like
custody.
a crackhead, I feel like you don't deserve to see your kids at all.
I agree. But dude, it's crazy because they'll put people through the ringer when getting custody of children, like normal people, but then they'll give like a meth head like 30% custody of their
Right.
kid. It's like, how the fuck
Like,
is
who's
that
making
possible?
these decisions?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get.
Who's giving the meth head any percentage of custody?
You looked at that person and was like, yeah, as long as you're supervised, what the hell is that going to stop? Like, okay. What if they show up cracked out of their mind? You still
What
going to
if they
let
just
them do
have
it?
a psychotic break?
At that moment?
Bro, even if a supervisor's in the room, you can still kill another person. Like
What
if they just start
punch a
beating the
kid?
shit out of the kid. Yeah.
Gives you 2 or 3 hits, you may stop them, but great. They just,
Plus, have you ever felt crackhead strength? You ain't stopping shit. That kid is dead.
they're going to break their own. Like, have you seen those videos of crackhead? That's my favorite. Those are the videos I love seeing.
Which one?
Just crackheads being crackheads.
Oh yeah.
Like when they fall out of a building
oh,
and they
and
pop
they keep
up.
running.
I'm like, how the fuck did you just get up? I don't
See,
know.
so-
No, they die
Okay,
later.
here's my thing. Is pain an injury just like, does your brain like, I don't understand. How could they just pop up and go do about their day? Like
The
is
crack,
there
the
some-
crack is killing the receptors.
the pain receptors?
Yeah.
So
your
you
brain
tell
isn't
me
registering what just happened. That's why they can go, but then the second it wears off, then they're in a mountain
They
of pain,
feel it
and
and
usually they
everything?
die.
damn, I thought I
It's
was
like
on to something.
so you know, like animals.
Yeah.
I thought you've seen those animals that like fall massively, and like I don't know about you. I
Like
always
goats
figured,
that fall off the sides of mountains.
yeah. Well, sometimes those guys can actually take it because their bodies are built to move with it. But I'm talking about like, or like a raccoon just fucking flops.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know about
Cats.
you. I always
Cats that
thought
fall out of trees.
cats are a good one. You know that they don't just live. I thought they do. A lot of times they fall. Most of the times they're
Well,
breaking
they have 9
something.
lives, so it just goes down
Jesus,
to
I
8.
hate you. But they'll break something because I was talking about this with my vet, and she was like, "No, most of the time they break stuff and the insides will rupture." And I was like,
What?
"Oh," she's like, "Yeah, they can just control their fall most of the time if they're falling from a certain height, and they'll be able to land, but most of the time they'll break a leg or they'll break their paws. And if they hit hard enough, it can cause the inside to rupture.
Well, I always thought that the whole cats falling, they always land on their feet. I was like, that's not a good way to fall.
No.
The good way to fall is into like a barrel roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So cats are fucking stupid. People are always like, oh, you're light on your feet, you land just like a cat. That's not a good way to. You try jumping out of a tree and landing on your feet. You're gonna break.
You have to.
You're gonna break some shit.
Yeah,
but if you try to land like a cat on your feet, you're gonna break a knee, break a foot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
You know how squirrels land? Like a superhero.
Yes, I did know that. Where they land.
So they also.
But why is that?
So they have.
If they're left pawed or right pawed, does that matter?
I don't know. But they have extra skin. So not like all squirrels are like flying squirrels, obviously.
They treat their armpit fat like a parachute?
Yes. So they'll fall, and as they fall, they're able to also control their tail.
I wish you could do that on my balls.
Flap open. But they're able to control their tail so they can control the velocity that they fall as well. So you know that fucking thing from Sonic? So they can twirl it, and so that's why if you see them fall, they'll twirl it, but then they can open up, and just the little bit of skin they have, it can slow it down as well, and then they land to be able to control the landing.
Being a squirrel, when you see them in the world, is so chaotic. They're always like chasing each other and like, bro, they're never just chill.
No, I was walking one of my dogs. Motherfucker's in a tree.
They're always like,
he was in a tree following me, just yelling. And I was like, what is wrong with you? And I started going away. I went to the other side. So I'm on the other side of the tree now. He followed me. And then it was just, and then he laid down. It was, I was like, what is going on, bro? The dude's stressing himself out. So I went to the other side of the parking lot. There's another tree with a branch that goes a little over into the road. Yeah. He went to that tree.
Oh
and it's just like, I think he was mad at Soul. I think he wanted to like get the dog away.
Squirrels are the crackheads of the animal kingdom.
They really are, dude.
They really are. You know, people just accept them, but they're fucking rats.
They're rats.
They're rats. Just it's scarier because they run faster than rats. So they got bushy tails
and
instead of
a climb. They can also throw.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure one threw one of the little nuts at Mac.
You just accept them.
You know, I think I didn't kill it. I almost killed a squirrel. So we had
psycho.
So no, it was by accident. We had a post up.
Was its name Peanut?
No. Oh, that was so sad. That's so fucked up. That whole situation.
I mean, you worked for the government.
Not that.
Those are your people.
Did you read that whole thing? What went down?
He saved the squirrel and he lived with it for a long time.
For like 7 years. A neighbor reported it, saying that he was keeping exotic animals. So they just came in one day after this report, and they never filed anything against him. They just raided his home, took the animals, and put them down. That was it. Bro, there was no case. There was no
Here's
big
my
law thing.
Did the animal ever bite or hurt anyone? No. If it didn't do that, as a neighbor, mind your fucking business, bro.
Bitch.
Who cares,
So
bro?
people said that she deleted all of her social because people figured it out immediately. Deleted
who the neighbor was?
Deleted everything.
Good. You should be excommunicated.
I guarantee.
Bro, what harm? What harm was it doing that this guy? What was it? A raccoon and a squirrel? He had two, right?
Yeah, raccoon.
What harm was it doing that the guy was raising these two animals? And they never attacked anyone. They never hurt anyone.
He wasn't just raising these animals. He had a whole animal sanctuary. He was an animal rescue. The money he was making off the TikToks, the Instagram reels, and all that went to supplying the sanctuary. And he lost all of that. Obviously, people started donating more to try to keep it up and afloat while he tries to figure out everything that just went down. But he was just like, thanks to you, I think because he's rescued over, 1,000 animals or something like that. It was or over 300. Wow. I think it was over 300. I'm messing up the numbers, but he rescued a lot of animals. Yeah.
More than I've ever
all rescued. That money was coming from that, plus other people donating, but it gain to fame was that, and that's what happened.
Bro, it's so upsetting to hear stuff like that because people doing good in the world. Like, I hate when you hear about people doing good in the world, and it takes just one asshole to just ruin it all.
Just not minding your business.
Just mind your business,
He literally had a squirrel and a raccoon in his home.
But who cares, bro?
Who cares? Like, that's what you cried about?
And you know what makes me more mad? Was this in New York?
Yeah.
Bro, I would be pissed off as a New Yorker to know my tax dollars went to these fucking ABC alphabet people going and doing
That's also what a lot of people are mad about.
Yeah.
So a lot of people went to, they were like, this is what my tax money went to?
Yeah.
Like, that's what
clean up crackheads,
but
bro.
Not only that, people were like, you put money towards this, one, that's a state-funded thing. So I get it when people were making it, but it doesn't really coincide together where people were like, but you can't give money to go save the people from the hurricane. different money sources.
I
state and all
understand,
that,
but still, it all
it's the
trickles from the
concept-
top.
Yeah, it's the concept that the government's willing to waste research. Bro, you got a warrant from a judge to do a raid on a guy's house with 10 plus officers to take these animals to then euthanize the animals, not keep them in a cage or
let's
something.
break it down like this. 10 officers, right? How many hours do you think this raid was? 4, 5 hours?
For the day.
Yeah, the day. Okay, let's say it's an 8-hour day. You put 10 salaries on an 8-hour day to take care of fucking...
You gotta count the judge, the vets, the techs, the animal control that had to come out. It wasn't just 10 officers. The 10 officers just maintained the
We're talking about like 20, at minimum $25,000 that was wasted.
And did you see what they did to the man's house? They were like, it was looking like they were looking for drugs. They tore this man's house apart, flipped over shit, dumped his counters.
When they do that, do they have to repay you for all that stuff?
It's a raid.
What?
They have to check everything. They're dumping your house.
So if they take your couch and they slice it open and rip it and they find nothing?
Part of it. Part of the raid. They're searching.
They don't have to reimburse you for that? So they could literally just fuck your life
That's why
up.
people get mad when they do that.
Wow.
They can come in and just fuck your shit up, bro.
Wow.
Now, wrongful suits, you could be like, hey, he can file against and be like, you guys fucked up my house, didn't even find what you were looking for. Now, technically they did, so I don't know how it would work. I'm not a lawyer and all that, but yeah.
Damn,
they're going to have to figure it out and be like, hey, one, if you can't, because what he did question it on there too, where he went on his post, he was like, you came in for the animals, you found the animals, why did you destroy my home?
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things he went on there because the news station started interviewing the guy and all that, and he was just like,
damn,
because he showed pictures, like they literally destroyed his house, and he was just like, for what? You got the 2 animals that you came here for that you apparently wanted to raid my house for.
People are pieces of shit.
And that was
bro.
it.
That's
But
such a piece of shit.
Goes back to the squirrel that I had on post. So we had it was this squirrel. This post is like a little box, right? On good days, we would keep the doors open, and the squirrel would always come by whenever we got chow, right? So we were sitting there eating. The squirrel would come out. We'd throw food at it, right, just to feed it. The goal was always to try to get the squirrel inside the hut, right? So 2 instances for this fucking thing. First instant, we got it in. We decided, 2 fucking Marines, let's close the door, see what happens. That
Are you insane?
He went nuts, bro. I thought squirrels were fast. This dude, it looked like a cartoon.
I would have loved for a supervisor to walk by in that moment. Like, what are you two doing?
He went from here, hopped up to the ceiling, hopped on my buddy, hopped into the legs, hopped up, was going everywhere. So we were like, bro, open the door. Open the door. He ran outside and just sat there and was like, ah. He was pissed, bro. This squirrel was mad as shit. Go by a few weeks later, whatever, we're still feeding it. Squirrel didn't learn its lesson.
It's like being at a Diddy party. He locks the door.
What the hell? Yeah, that squirrel went nuts. But mind you, I'm like, all right, let's see what we can feed this squirrel. I don't know squirrel diets, but to me, they're rats. You can feed it anything. Jeez. I have this big ass chocolate muffin. Muffin's like this big.
You killed a fucking squirrel.
I didn't kill him. So I start feeding it to him, and he's chowing on it. He didn't die, but I thought I did kill him. So I give him this whole thing, and finally, I have half this muffin left. I was like, fuck it, let me just give it to him. Give the whole thing to him. Eats it all. Like he went to town on this muffin. I was like, nice, dude.
You killed the squirrel.
He's laying on the floor.
Sugar.
I think he had a sugar rush, bro. He gets up and starts trying to walk to the grass and would drop every 2-3 seconds. I was like, oh my God, I think I'm giving the squirrel a heart attack. So I'm feeling bad now. I'm like, I think I just killed this fucking squirrel. He gets up to the tree, falls. I was like, I fucking killed this squirrel. Does it again, falls again. Does it again, falls again. Then finally just lays there. 30 minutes of the squirrel sprawled out. Finally, after about an hour or so all together, the squirrel gets up, goes up into the tree, is chilling. He's back.
Stay away from my dad, bro. Because my dad's diabetic. Do you fucking psychopath? You'd be like, here's this chocolate muffin, bitch, showing in his mouth.
Look, he keeps eating it. I don't know. We're supposed to stop.
Oh my God.
So I learned that all animals can get sugar rushes.
Holy fuck. I mean, yeah, no duh, bro.
I just didn't think. I thought he would digest it differently. I don't know squirrel anatomy, bro. I just figured it would be different and he would be fine.
What's the thing that they give to seagulls that makes them explode? What's the thing?
Not Mentos. Is it Mentos?
Is it Mentos?
Because I know it's like the soda thing, isn't
no,
it?
it was like a normal thing that they say, don't give this to seagulls.
Not Alka-Seltzer. I know it's
Maybe.
a little thing, and you're able to. It's like what can make sparkling water, isn't it? It causes carbonation, and then inside
I
it
don't
blows them
know.
up.
That's crazy though. If you
Antacids, isn't it? Antacids, like the
Maybe
stomach
it
stuff.
is.
I don't know.
I thought it was a normal thing, like fucking bread or something. Like, don't give them bread.
No, it's like a little pill. It's those things because then it causes the gases to expand in their stomach and their bodies can't
feeding
deal with it.
animals. You got to be so careful.
Seagulls
are fucking bitches.
I didn't know. One, I just saw a photo of the inside of a seagull's mouth. Bro,
What?
their tongue is made out of like spikes. The
What?
whole back, like the back end of your throat, right? That circle area. Imagine
Yeah.
teeth all right there. The
Really?
top of it is like hooks that go backwards so things can't escape. That's how they swallow. You know that they eat things just like how a pelican would. So
That's
they
what
can
women in
swallow
Africa
stuff whole.
do so they don't get raped.
What?
They put something in their
Jesus
vagina
Christ.
with spikes that point outward
I know.
so that they
I
go
know.
in, and as they come out, they
Yeah.
shred their dick.
Good. I'm all about it.
Yeah, women should do that here. They would
They
be
should.
less rapes.
Like, go ahead. Fucking,
It's like a female condom thing they do with spikes that point inwards
It's
on
just-
the female
it's
condom.
so sad that
So you
people
stick
have
it
to
in
do
like a
that.
Chinese finger trap, and when you pull it out, it's
I'm happy something like that's made.
They
but
should
I'm,
do
I'm
that.
so unhappy that that's even necessary. It's like
that's why you always go fingers first in a rape.
just test,
Just to test the
just
spikes.
while wearing this outfit. You just every day you try to figure out how we can make sure this podcast can't make it, huh?
No, people love this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Rapist.
I'm not.
I didn't say you were.
Oh, I thought you were calling me one.
How do you know about the fingers first?
I mean, it just makes sense.
So,
I'd rather prick my finger
logistically
than
speaking,
prick my
yeah,
prick.
prick my prick. I hate you so much, dude. I can't stand you.
Oh,
stress you put
fucking
me
hell, dude.
Anyway, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Joe's
Oh,
gonna
what
get
are you
fat.
thankful for?
What am I thankful
That's
for?
why I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm pre-fat. Tomorrow, I'll be trans fat. LGBTQTI.
You know what thing pisses me off? That
What are you thankful
Gorlock,
for? Huh?
That Gorlock the Destroyer.
I hate it. Every time I see a video of her, I just keep swiping. Or
It's a
him.
him.
Sorry,
It's
him.
a dude, isn't it?
I think it's a guy that became a fat girl. A skinny guy that became a fat
Does he have
girl.
a beard?
I don't know. I think they could all get beards at some point.
Unless they take estrogen.
I
Why don't
guess.
women
I don't
get
know
chest
how it
hair?
works. Huh?
Why don't women get chest hair?
They have us to keep them warm. Chest hairs for the incels or all by themselves.
What's incel? What is that?
These are lonely guys.
But what does incel mean?
Incel, I don't know what that definition means, but I know it's a lonely guy on the internet who can't get no pussy and then takes it out on the world on all his problems.
Incel.
And you know what I have to say to that? Stop being a bitch. Stop being a bitch.
Oh, you are right. A member of online community of young men who
Yeah.
consider themselves unable to attract women sexually,
Yeah. They're a bunch of
typically
losers.
associated with
You know how it's hard to find
views that are
women?
hostile toward women and men who are
Yeah.
sexually active.
You know how it's hard to find women? When you spend all day online, ho! You gotta go in the real world.
Imbecile, involuntary, celibate, incel.
Yeah.
Involuntary celibacy.
Yeah.
Involuntary.
Meaning no one in the world wants to fuck you. Involuntary.
And then they're just-
Meaning you want to fuck, but everyone else says, no, not that one. People have fucked P. Diddy before they would fuck you. People have fucked Bill Cosby before they fuck you.
Hold up. Bill Cosby drugged woman,
Yeah, rapists.
literally in prison for that.
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
But they were having no problem getting pussy prior to. They took it too far.
Yeah.
People
That's
were
what I
willingly
don't
would fuck
get,
those
dude.
weirdos.
I don't get when it was Bill Cosby. I'm like, bro, you're Bill Cosby.
You know what it was? He probably drugged them because he didn't want any backlash for cheating on his wife.
Oh yeah, he was married.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You don't want to cause
Yeah,
chaos
yeah,
or turmoil in your marriage,
make him not
but you want to
remember.
fuck someone else, but you don't want to have to deal with it if they're like, give me $1 million or I'll tell your wife you cheated on her with me. So you drug
And
her.
then P. Diddy. Like, why underage? I don't understand this whole underage.
Oh, was it underage? I thought it was just in trouble
No,
for
so
the rape.
they're getting him for underage, and they're saying that he raped. Which I'm really wondering, because if he truly did get people to sign NDAs and get this stuff to where it was like,
Well, then he's dumb because NDA doesn't cover underage sex.
and so underage. But I'm saying if he got them for the NDA, but also if he stated like, bro, this is an orgy. Like, what did you think? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I know we talked about it a little bit last podcast, but like, if you signed up for this and then you see everyone fucking, and then you fuck, and you're like, well, I felt pressured to.
No, you could have walked out.
Why didn't you leave?
You could have
Like,
walked out.
So that's what I also want to know.
NDA just means you don't have to
Was it
talk
like
about
security sitting at the door, be like, "What, you're in? You can't leave, like until you get fucked."
No,
Like,
because
what
an
was that?
NDA doesn't cover that.
Yeah, I know. Because then that's rape.
Yeah, NDA just means you don't talk
Yeah,
about it
I know,
afterwards,
like, it's
which
a
you could just
non-disclosure.
leave. Yeah.
And so that's what I'm wondering.
I
Like,
think it was held against. I think they're getting him on sex trafficking, but it's not sex trafficking. It's people being held against their will into sexual situations.
okay,
Yeah, it's not like he's running crates of like people overseas
it's
or
because
something.
he's not letting
It's sex
them leave.
trafficking because
Okay.
they won't let them leave and they're being sexed upon forcibly.
You know what one of my favorite pages are? Have you seen that one girl? She reads, I forget what the scripts are from like legal situations, like in the courtroom.
No.
So it's a whole thing she does. So you know how they have someone always typing out
Typing and
everything?
shit, yeah.
And so she,
Which, by the way, get a real keyboard. Have you ever seen their keyboard?
well, they don't. They have to
They have-
shorthand everything. Yeah, because everything's shorthand.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a whole.
stupid.
It's a whole different language. for them.
Anyways, continue.
But she reads these things, and it's like conversations that happen in actual. Like these are actual courtroom conversations, and it'll be just something dumb. Where like one was a person admitted a crime to a judge. He was like, "Oh well, I just thought buying drugs from this person was okay," and the judge was just like, "Do you want to say that again?"
Yeah.
And like he was just like, "Why? Is there something wrong with buying drugs from that person?"
Oh my god.
It's just
What
like,
a dumbass.
bro. But it's like the whole entire court situations, and she just reads these scripts, and it's one of my favorite pages because the way she reads it is just in that like sarcastic, like Legally
Monotone.
Blonde type
Yeah.
tone, where she's just like, "Judge, why are you here today?" type deal,
Like
right?
monotone voice.
yeah, but drags it out a bit, like in that sarcastic tone.
Criminals
It's
are
just
not
so
always the
funny.
brightest.
I think most criminals are.
You ever seen the Judge Judy clip where the two boys robbed from the girl's wallet, and one of the criminals, the Judge Judy says to the girl, "So what was in your wallet?" "I had $50. I had a gift card." And one of the criminals goes, "There was only $20 in there." And she looks at the bailiff. She goes, "Easiest case I've ever had. Guilty. You owe her all the stuff." I mean, are you
She's a
dumb?
black bitch. She only had $20, Your Honor.
I mean,
No
are
one's
you
in this
dumb?
house. She don't have 50.
I think it was like the shortest Judge Judy case.
She just sat there and was like, "Bro, I'm supposed to be on TV for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Why'd you fuck this up for me?"
Well, we'll see you guys next week for episode
We're going to be 20 pounds heavier.
116. I will be heavier, but you won't notice because I had my sweater on.